I call your attention to the Gospel according to St. Luke. The Gospel according to St. Luke, the 5th chapter. That's St. Luke, the 5th chapter. And we're going to read verses 37 through 38. That's St. Luke, the 5th chapter. Verses 37 through 38. And I'll be reading from the New King James Version. St. Luke, the 5th chapter, verses 37 through 38. And we will find these words. And no one puts new wine into old wineskins, or else the new wine will burst the wineskins and be spilled, and the wineskins will be ruined. But new wine must be put into new wineskins, and both are preserved. And new wine must be put into new wineskins, and both are preserved. New wine into new wineskins is the subject that we're going to talk about this morning. New wine into new wineskins. New wine into new wineskins. We ain't talking about being a drunk now. We just I want y'all to know that. New wine into new wineskins. Change is hard. It was hard for people in the past, and it is hard for people today. One of the biggest resistance to change is fear. People fear what the future may look like if they give up some control. If they give up some power. If they give up some resources and make room for new ideas, new plans, and new strategies in order to go in a new direction. Newness creates fear in some people, especially when people have been in control using old-fashioned ideals, plans, and operations. So it was in the times of Jesus. The hardest people to make changes were the Pharisees. They were so entrenched in their legalism, in their tradition, in their custom, in their way of controlling things, that they were unwilling to bend to any new ideas, any new approaches, and any new direction. They were more concerned about keeping control than undergoing conversion. More concerned about maintaining the status quo than embracing salvation. More concerned about personal agenda than about the growth and the liberation and the spiritual maturity of the community. They were so strictly religious, it was hard for them to make a paradigm shift from the way they were doing things. Jesus and the Pharisees were constantly at odds with one another because Jesus represented the new, and the Pharisees were an expression of the old. Anytime the old and the new come together, there will always be tension between the two. You see, we cannot move the needle of growth and progress if we are closed to new approaches, to new suggestions, congregation. But at least we ought to keep an open mind. At least we ought to pray about it. At least we ought to listen if we don't do anything else. We'll never make progress trying to stay where we are. We have to move from the corner of self-satisfaction street and complacency avenue. Y'all pray with me. You see, we cannot remain an 8-track church in a CD age. We cannot stay an analog church in a digital age. We cannot stay an icebox church in an age of refrigerator. We cannot be satisfied being an outhouse church in an age of bathroom. The point is we must always be ready for doing it. God is a God of newness. God says, see, I am doing a new thing. God is calling us out of the ordinary and wants us to rise above mediocrity. To be able to do more and go further in advancing his kingdom. We must be prepared to share the good news of the kingdom of God in new ways to reach those who are spiritually thirsty. Now the methods of reaching the world must change, while the message of the gospel never changes. Let me repeat that. The methods of reaching the world must change, while the message of the gospel never changes. God gives us new ways of reaching people for Christ, and we must be prepared for the newness. When I look out there on the parking lot, I don't see nobody driving a T-Model Ford. I don't see a horse and buggy out there. So you're already used to doing it. When you go to a store and you're used to 8-track cassette tapes, they don't have them anymore because they're trying to get you used to a CD age. So they don't put certain things on the market because they want you to get used to the newness. Now, why is it that the market can get us used to the newness, to the things that are current, but yet we want to hold the church back in the dark ages? Now, instead of merely being the gathered church, we must become the scattered church. Instead of being the stationary church, we must become the missionary church. Instead of being a history church, we must become spiritually progressive church. We must move from being program-driven to ministry-driven. From just building brick and mortar to start building human lives. From putting emphasis on success and start putting emphasis on effectiveness. From worn-out procedures to new ways of operating so that the church can be relevant and revolutionary in the 21st century. The world is changing around us, and there is a need for the church to develop new ways of meeting the needs of people. If the church does not exist for meeting the needs of people, we might as well fold up and go and stay at home. Are y'all ready? It's about meeting the needs of people. Not about coming out looking cute. Not about coming out looking at ourselves, what we have on Sunday morning. But it's about coming to get filled up so we can go out and meet the needs of people. My brothers and sisters, God through Christ never walk in time. The church needs to stay abreast of the changing time to continue to convey the unchanging gospel of Jesus Christ. So Jesus tells the parable of the new wine. So the good news of the gospel can remain fresh and effective. You see, people back in this time used the skin of a goat with its edges sewn to make it watertight. And when new wine was put into these skins, you know, wine fermented. It would expand, stretching the wine skin. A brand new wine skin would be flexible and able to stretch, but an old one that had already been stretched could not stretch any further. You got what I said? So to put new wine into an old wine skin would only be asking for it to burn. In other words, what Jesus is saying to the Pharisees is that this gospel cannot be poured into the old wineskins of legalism and self-righteousness. The Pharisees needed to get rid of the old legalistic self-righteous wineskin and get a new wineskin that can hold the new wine of God's grace and mercy. Did you hear what I said? That old wineskin of keeping the law and looking good on the outside, while they are full of distortion on the inside, are not sufficient to get them into the kingdom of God. Jesus Christ is not something that they could add on to what they already believed and what they were already doing. The gospel of Jesus Christ is not a let's make a deal situation. Jesus Christ is the deal. In order to have life and have it more abundantly. So Jesus came that we may be transformed from on the inside to make us God conscious and make us spiritual minded. I don't care how many directions you go. I don't care what new stuff you initiate. If you haven't been changed from on the inside, we're still not going to go anywhere. He came that we might be changed from on the inside. And if you change from on the inside, the outside will take notice. My brothers and sisters, as it was with the Pharisees, so it is with us. We try to pull Jesus into our old wineskin lifestyle. We try to pull Jesus into our old wineskin culture, our old wineskin customs, our old wineskin practices, our old wineskin lukewarmness, our old wineskin prejudices, our old wineskin of classism, racism, and oppression. Many Christians who come to church and others who don't are trying to pull Jesus into the old wineskin of cheap grace. The preaching of forgiveness without requiring repentance. Baptism without church discipline. Communion without confession. Grace without discipleship. Without the cross, without Jesus Christ living and incarnate. You need some new wines here. For the new wine. My brothers and sisters, Jesus brought us new wine. Now I'm not talking about Morgan Davis and that Tennessee stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He's not talking about that. Man of Chevy and all that other. There's a whole host of that there. But Jesus uses wine as an analogy so we can understand what his parable is all about. So Jesus Christ brought us new wine. And we must give up our old wine skins that people have in the church. We cannot put new ideals into old mindsets. We cannot have new results with the old same behavior, the same old attitude, the same old tricks, the same old evil, the same old backwardness that we used to have. We cannot put the spiritual into the old mindset of unbelief, because the spirit cannot give what the mind won't accept. Let me repeat that. The spirit will not give what the mind won't accept. New wine must be put into new wine skins. Edward Hammett stated that every age knows the temptation to forget that the gospel is ever new. We try to contain the new wine of the gospel in old wine skins, outmoded traditions, obsolete philosophies, cracking institutions, and old habits. But with time, the old wine skins began to bind the gospel. Then they must burst, and the power of the gospel will pour forth once more. New wine skins become necessary. Wine skins are not eternal. As time passes, they must be replaced, not because the gospel changes, but because the gospel itself demands and produces change. New wine must be put into new wine skins. Did y'all hear what I said? Brothers and sisters, we need new wine skins so the gospel can remain fresh and effective from one generation to another, so that people can come to know Jesus Christ our Lord. The Bible says, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. You see, the Lord ought to be kept fresh in our lives. The Lord ought to be kept fresh in our churches. The Lord ought to be kept fresh. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Because nobody wants to taste bad wine. Nobody wants to taste stale bread. Nobody wants to taste stale worship, stale prayer, stale songs, stale preaching, stale fellowship, stale procedure, and the stale ways of doing things like we used to do. New wine. Some new hearts. He said, sing a new song. The old ones are good, but we got to have new wine for new wine skins. Y'all hear what I said? My brothers and sisters, the gospel of Jesus Christ must be put into new wine skins. Don't try to hold it just because we're a traditional church. Because like Jesus said, it'll burst out of you. I don't care how you come into church. Years ago, you used to be stiff. But somehow, when the Lord lift you off your sick bed, you find yourself waving your hand. Somebody will say, hallelujah. Somebody will say, you did good to me. Excuse me this morning. I know it's not protocol, but God has been good to me. In the first house, somebody will say, the Lord is my shepherd. Be fresh. New wine. For new wine skin. Did y'all hear what I said? My brothers and sisters, we must have new wine skin for new wine. The gospel of Jesus Christ must be put into new wine skin. And when the new wine of the gospel is put into new wine skin, it'll shake somebody. It'll stir somebody. wineskins. My brothers and sisters, we can't hold it, God. I remember when I first came here, people said, well, you just too loud. We don't act like that over here. And then some of them start getting sick. The Lord starts touching some of them on the shoulder. Starts lifting some of them off the sick bed. And then the service got more spiritual. Very spiritual every Sunday. You weren't doing it for me. You were doing it because God been good to you. Somebody's door was closed in your face, but God opened up those doors. Somebody didn't know which way to turn, but God turned your darkness into light. Somebody was trying to cross deep waters, but God made a bridge over troubled waters. God been good to us. Preaching that fresh gospel. I see hands going up. People are not afraid to praise God, because when we praise God, blessing will come down. When we praise God, He comes in our building. He delivers us from all of our affliction. When we praise God, somebody will say hallelujah. I thank God for the new gospel. Do you thank God for it? Has He done anything for you? Has He done something for you? You want to be able to say, I may be old, but the gospel is still fresh. I can't stomp my feet, I can just rock my body. That's what I know. This God that we serve. I know He's able. He's able. He's able. He's able. Do you know He's able? I know He's able. He's fresh every moment. He gives us fresh grace every moment. Some new wineskin. They show the next generation. It's all right. Praise God. It's all right to walk in the narrow path. It's all right to do His will. In a world that is gone wild. That's what we need. We need some new wineskin. I said we need some new wineskin. We need new ministries. And when the new ministries come, let us not try to put it in the old wineskin. Let us take the new wineskin and put it in there. Now that doesn't mean you bring the world in the church. Let me repeat that. That don't mean that you bring the world in the church. So a lot of times we try to bring the world ways in the church, thinking that we can attract young people. But Jesus told us how to do it. He said that I be lifted up. That I be lifted up. I saw the young. I saw the old. I saw the cripple. You just lift me up. I know how to draw. If the young, I made them. And I know how to draw them. Don't try to take somebody in the world that's sacred and try to wear with that which is sacred. God says, I draw them. You do your job. And the Holy Spirit will do His job. I once was young, but I'm getting old now. But everywhere I go, I can say like David, I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Wherever we need, God will meet every need. We need some new wineskin. For the new wine. New wine is coming, First Baptist. Fresh wine. It'll lift you up, I tell you. Fresh wine is coming. And we got to be ready for the new wineskin. Don't criticize it. Just say, Lord, it's a new wineskin. And we want to be able to keep the gospel fresh so that we can continue to be a church that will touch hearts and touch minds. The problem, as I go to my seat, the church has allowed the gospel of Jesus Christ to become stale. The church has allowed the wine to go bad. It's gone bad because of the fact we didn't attend to it. We talk about our young people, but look at the ones raising the young people. You didn't make a demand on them. But that same God that grabbed hold of you, and grabbed hold took me to church. I know the man for myself. I know for myself. New wine is coming. Let us be prepared for the new wine skin to receive the new wine.